we just take the stuff for free. Someone has to pay us to do it.
But there's no incentive on the part of the consumer because we don't see the horrible effect. I was just looking at the Bezel Network website. I'd never heard of it before. Looking at the photographs and just thinking, I've been having sleepless nights about where the battery of that hybrid car now is all these years later.
So now you have new nightmares over your electronics.
It's got so much more company than I realized.
Yeah.
And most consumers have no idea. So take it back. Why would I do that? You know, it's getting recycled. That's what the consumer thinks.
Well,
There's so little understanding of this among consumers.
that battery issue is become one of the biggest issues in the recycling of electronics because the devices are getting smaller and smaller. The batteries are getting more and more powerful, you might say, and that you have to take those batteries out before you process materials. Otherwise, in the process, you may start a fire. You know, if they get put together, you know, they can start a fire. So, and this is an issue that a lot of people in our industry have addressed and address sort of repeatedly, and it's an important issue going forward because it's like we're putting little bombs in all our electronic devices that go off when you process them.
So maybe the next Big Ideas. Big Ideas is kind of a thing that they have here on campus where they challenge students to come up with solutions to big ideas. So maybe we need to have the ad campaign for end-of-life electronics. Okay, Dustin, you get the last question of the afternoon.
Okay, so I guess I'd start by saying the perspectives in this room, I don't think it's a stretch to say, are not representative of the general population. Probably the perspective in the city, not representative of the general population. So we have a Congress that does not care about worker safety. We have a Congress that doesn't care about the environment, any of these things. So I guess, and this maybe is to the recyclers, where's the jobs argument here? If we increase the volume of e-waste going to kind of domestic production, will you hire more people? And can you bring that to our legislators so we can actually make a compelling argument that doesn't rely on the Berkeley hippies, granola eating, kind of don't flush your computer down the toilet perspective?
For each job that's now involved in export of hazardous waste, it'll create a minimum of 7 jobs here, processing it domestically.
And you were on Capitol Hill 2 weeks ago having that exact discussion.
And so was Sims. But it is a jobs bill, really, and that's where it gets the most traction. But it's also a counterfeits issue. You know, we export all these devices, government devices as well as commercial devices, and they get pulled apart and they end up coming back in as reconditioned parts, but as new. And those things end up in our military systems and commercial systems and so forth. So, you know, there's other reasons to stop the export of some of this stuff, and you know, regulation, you know, is involved, and it's you know, oftentimes regulation isn't the answer, but I think in this case, prohibiting the export of this stuff will solve a lot of problems. It's the one largest waste stream, or it's the fastest growing waste stream in the United States, and that's being even, you know, like as a waste stream, it's being generated. It used to get landfilled, you know, and more of it used to get exported. So now what's happening is there's a lot more of it, even beyond the level of generation. This big audacious goal that the American Electronics group has of doing 1 billion pounds in 1916. That's 25% of the, you know, or 25% of the problem today. You know, there's about 4 billion tons being generated every year, and so they need to increase their goal. You know. So.
All right, it's been a long afternoon, and I'd like you. We've got a reception outside set up, but before we go out there, and you'll have a chance to talk more with the panelists. But let's thank them for their great input. And again, you know, thanks to Zoe and Andrew and the team from Berkeley for putting this on. So let's all go out and have something to drink and continue the conversation.
I'm sorry, I did not hear what you said.
No, so it does get busy because the answer to building awareness has to be with the manufacturers. They do a great job marketing this product.